Hey guys, I'm Jake. I'm head of media and films at Reel Ocean, and today I'm going to be showing you how I color graded our most popular reel on Instagram. Alright, so now I'm in Premiere Pro. I've imported the footage into my library and then now into the timeline. This is the full color grade of the footage that I have, and then this is without it. So I'm going to reset this and show you how I color grade this footage. So this is what it looked like. So I'm going to start right about here. Set my white balance just to neutralize the color. So I'm going to pick the whitest part of the image, just about here. So it resets what it looks like from in camera. And so you see that the slider is more to the blue, so it makes the image a lot cooler. And it brings it more towards the purplish tint. And then moving down, you can mess with the exposure. It's pretty well exposed, so I'm not going to mess with it. Contrast, you can also mess with it, but I tend to leave that to these sliders here and the tone curve, which I will be talking about soon. So I'm going to bring the highlights up a little bit. I'm going to bring the shadows down a little bit too. Probably a little bit more. I don't want the shadows to be too dark though. So I'm going to leave it right about here. And then I'm going to bring the whites up a little bit, about where the highlights are. And then the blacks, I'm going to bring it down a little bit, but not too much. I don't really mess with the saturation with this. I leave that in the curves area. So this is the tone curves. And so this is where you mess with the contrast, the shadows, and the highlights more specifically. So what I usually do is put a dot at the bottom left corner and then a dot at the top right corner. To bring the shadows down a little bit more, move this down, it's not too bad, and then move the highlights up a little bit more. That's pretty good. Definitely see a lot of the contrast here, so you can actually see how much changed from there to here. So much better. Since I did use a red filter on the GoPro, I don't need to mess with this too much, but if I did, it'll bring out more of the red color than each of them. So I'm going to just leave it a little bit up more. And then I'm going to add, so with the green, if I'm moving it down, reduces the green a little bit more, so that's not too bad. And the same thing with the blues. That's pretty good. So already with the tone curves, without it, and with it, already much better. And so that's basically the color grading. There's really not too much to it. And again, so I usually mess with more of the tone curves down here with some of the footage. This clip isn't too bad, but this just goes into the different types of colors and the hues and saturations and the brightness or luma. If you guys want to see another video explaining more of this in depth, let me know in the comments. And then for the color wheels, I sometimes go into it. This clip is well exposed, so I don't need to mess with it too much, but again, if you guys want to see more of an explanation of how to mess with these different circles, color wheels, with the shadows, midtones, and highlights, let me know in the comments. We have created our own presets, so if you don't want to do all this work and you want to save time and focus on other aspects of your film or your projects, what you can do is you can buy one of our presets and you can import them using Browse in the Creative tab, and wherever you saved it, it'll show it here, and then it should pop up and you don't have to do any work. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so. So yeah, stay tuned and keep exploring.